Hyun-woo expected his wife to cry. That was the part he had rehearsed in his head. He had imagined Maya dropping the spoon. He had imagined her asking what she did wrong. He had imagined the girls freezing over their cereal while their mother tried to swallow the sound of her own heart breaking. Instead, Maya reached across the breakfast table and wiped a drop of milk from their younger daughter's sleeve. "Lena, careful," she said. "You have art class today." Lena looked down at her sleeve. "Oh." Hana, the older one, kept watching her father. Hyun-woo stood near the kitchen doorway with his travel bag beside his shoe. He had placed it there on purpose. Not hidden, not subtle. A declaration with wheels and a leather handle. Maya had seen it the moment he entered the kitchen. She had said nothing. That irritated him more than anger would have. "I'm leaving next week," he said. Maya poured tea into her cup. "For work?" "No." The girls looked up together. Hyun-woo swallowed. He had wanted the sentence to sound firm, clean, adult. It came out with a scratch in it. "I'm moving out." The spoon slipped from Lena's hand and clicked against the bowl. Hana's eyes moved from the travel bag to her mother. "Daddy?" Hana said. "Moving out where?" Hyun-woo looked at Maya, waiting for the first crack. Maya stirred her tea once. "Girls," she said softly, "finish breakfast." "Mommy," Lena whispered. "Finish breakfast." The quiet in her voice made both girls obey. Hyun-woo shifted his weight. "Maya." She looked at him then. No tears, no shouting, not even surprise. "Yes?" The simple word unsettled him. "I've met someone," he said. Lena stopped chewing. Hana's face changed in a way no child should have to learn before school. Maya set her spoon down carefully, as though the spoon deserved more consideration than the confession. "I see. That's all? What else would you like me to say?" He almost laughed. "Are you serious?" "Very. I just told you I'm leaving. I heard you. And you have nothing?" Maya looked at the girls. "Hana, please take your sister upstairs. Brush your teeth and pack your homework folder." Hana did not move. "Is Daddy leaving us?" Hyun-woo flinched. "I'm not leaving you. But you're moving out." "It's complicated." Hana's eyes were too sharp for 12. Adults say that when they don't want children to know they did something bad. Maya closed her eyes for 1 second. Hyun-woo stared at his daughter. "Who taught you to speak like that?" "You did," Hana said. "You say it to Mommy when you come home late." The sentence landed in the room and stayed there. Lena's chin began to tremble. Maya stood. "Upstairs, both of you." "Mommy." "Now, sweetheart." Hana took Lena's hand. The two girls left the table, but they moved slowly, listening until the last possible second. Only when their footsteps faded did Maya speak again. "When?" Hyun-woo blinked. "When what? When are you leaving?" "I said next week." "No. When did you decide?" He looked away. "Hyun-woo. A while ago." "How long is a while?" "Why does that matter?" "Because I am trying to know which version of our marriage I was living in." That one touched something. He did not like it. "Don't turn this into one of your courtroom questions." "I am not in court." "You sound like you are. Maybe because you walked in with a verdict." He gripped the chair back. "I didn't come here to fight." "Good. I have no interest in fighting for a man already packed." His eyes flashed. "So that's it? That is your bag by the door. You don't even care." Maya looked at him for a long moment. "Which answer will make you feel powerful? What does that mean?" "If I cry, you confirm you mattered. If I shout, you confirm I am unstable. If I beg, you confirm I still need you. If I stay calm, you call it coldness, because my pain is refusing to perform for you." Hyun-woo's mouth tightened. "You have been saving speeches," he said. "I have been saving myself. From me? From waiting for you to remember us." He laughed, but it had no humor. "You make it sound like I abandoned this family." Maya looked toward the staircase. "You stopped arriving long before you stopped sleeping here." He stepped back, as if she had slapped him. "I paid for this house. You contributed to this house." "I paid school fees." You sent money. Same thing. No. The girls know the difference. His face hardened. Don't use them. I am not the one making them watch their father leave over breakfast. He glanced at the staircase, then lowered his voice. Her name is Yerin. Maya's eyelids did not move. She understands me. Congratulations. Don't do that. Do what? Act superior. I am sitting in my kitchen listening to my husband introduce the woman he is leaving me for. If I sound composed, allow me that small luxury. You always do this, he said. You make everything I feel seem immature. No, Hyun-woo, I let your feelings exist until they started charging rent in my home. He picked up the travel bag. Maya watched the movement. You already packed, she said. Some things. Then you are not leaving next week. He said nothing. You are leaving today. The silence answered. Maya nodded once. Please close the gate quietly. He stared at her. That's all? The girls have school. They need as much normal as this house can still give them. You really won't ask me to stay? Would it change anything? He looked away. There is your answer. His hand tightened around the bag handle. I thought after 13 years you would at least try. Maya's smile was small and exhausted. A marriage cannot be rescued by the person being left. You will regret this calmness. Maybe. When loneliness enters this house, don't call me. Hyun-woo. What? Loneliness has had a key for years. He opened the door. For 1 second, he waited. For the sound of her chair scraping back. For her voice to break. For his name. Nothing came. Only the faint sound of Lena crying upstairs and Hana telling her to be quiet because Mommy could hear. Hyun-woo stepped outside. Maya waited until the gate closed before she let her hand grip the edge of the counter. Her knees softened, but she did not fall. Not yet. Upstairs, Hana stood in the hallway with Lena's school cardigan in her hands. Is he gone? Hana asked. Maya looked up. Her daughters were watching her like the whole world would take its instructions from her face. So she straightened. Yes, she said. Lena wiped her cheek with her sleeve. Forever? Maya walked up the stairs and knelt in front of them. I don't know. Did we do something? Lena asked. Maya pulled both girls into her arms before the question could grow teeth. Never. Listen to me. Whatever happens between adults, children are not the reason. You are not the reason. Hana did not hug back at first. Then her fingers clutched Maya's blouse. Are you angry? She asked. Maya kissed the top of her head. Yes. You don't look angry. That is because I am your mother before I am anything else. Lena sniffed. Do we still go to school? Maya closed her eyes. This was the first mercy of children. Their worlds broke, and still they remembered homework. Yes, she said. We still go to school. By afternoon, Hyun-woo was in Yerin Han's apartment with his bag open on her bedroom floor. Yerin had bought new hangers. Black velvet ones. She had cleared half the closet and placed a framed photo of them on the dresser. In the photo, they were at a restaurant in Itaewon, his hand near hers but not touching because the waiter was close. Yerin had cropped the waiter out. Finally, she said, leaning against the doorway. No more hiding. Hyun-woo hung a shirt with unnecessary focus. Yerin crossed the room and wrapped her arms around his waist from behind. Say something happy. I'm tired. Tired? She released him. You just walked out of a dead marriage. Most men would be celebrating. Most men don't leave 2 daughters in the house. Yerin's expression tightened for a second, then softened into something practiced. I know. Of course. I am not saying this is easy. He nodded. Did she cry? Yerin asked. He looked at her through the mirror. Who? Yerin laughed. Don't do that. Maya. No. She shouted? No. She threatened you? No. Then what did she do? Hyun-woo placed the empty hanger back in the closet. She asked when I was leaving. Yerin stared. That's it? Yes. She is pretending. Maybe. She has to be. Women like her love acting dignified when people are watching. Nobody was watching. The children were there. Only at first. Yaren walked to the dresser and adjusted the photo frame. Trust me, tonight she will call. Maybe not crying. She is too proud for that. She will call about the girls, then about some document, then about something broken in the house. That is how wives keep hooks in men. Hyun-woo checked his phone. No missed calls. Yaren saw. Her smile thinned. Already waiting? I was checking the time. You checked the time 5 minutes ago. Yaren. What? Don't start. I'm starting? You moved in with me, and somehow I am the one being warned. He closed the closet. I said I am tired. No. You are confused because she did not give you the scene you wanted. He turned. What scene? The one where she begs and you feel tragic. That's ridiculous. Is it? He walked toward the living room. Yaren followed. Hyun-woo, look at me. He did not. You told me she was cold. You told me she treated you like a visitor in your own home. So why does her silence bother you? Because it was strange. Or because it felt like she had already let you go. That made him stop. Yaren saw it and regretted the sentence. I mean, she said quickly, maybe she was in shock. Maya doesn't do shock. Everyone does shock. Not like that. Yaren folded her arms. You sound almost impressed. I am not impressed. Then stop describing her like she is some mystery. He looked at the window. Below, the city moved without caring who had destroyed whose morning. His phone stayed silent. At the Seo townhouse, Maya sat at the dining table after the girls fell asleep and opened the folder she had kept in the locked bottom drawer of her study. She had not wanted to touch it today. She had hoped, foolishly, that preparation could remain preparation. Inside were bank records, school emails, photographs of Hyun-woo entering Yaren's building, company expense reports, and one copy of the petition her lawyer had drafted 2 weeks ago. Maya placed the petition on the table. For 13 years, people had called her lucky. Lucky that a Korean man from a respected family married her. Lucky that his mother tolerated her. Lucky that her daughters had his surname. Lucky that the Seo family did not mind her dark skin at formal dinners, as long as she wore the right colors and smiled as if gratitude were jewelry. The word lucky had followed her through rooms like a polite insult. She had smiled through it when she was 27 and new to being a wife. She had swallowed it when Hyun-woo's mother corrected her Korean in front of guests, even though Maya had spoken the language since childhood. She had endured it when company wives asked whether her daughter's hair was difficult. She had ignored it when people looked at Hyun-woo and said, "You are brave." Brave. As if loving her had been a public service. Maya touched the divorce petition. At the top, her full name waited in clean print. Maya Dlamini Seo. Both names, no abbreviation. Her phone buzzed. A message from Attorney Kwan. Are you ready to file? Maya looked toward the staircase, where her daughters slept in rooms their father had entered less and less over the past year. She typed, yes. Then she added, tomorrow morning, after school drop-off. Kwan replied, understood. Maya closed the folder. The house was quiet. For the first time in months, the quiet did not feel like waiting for a car in the driveway. The next morning, Hyun-woo woke up before Yaren. He did not know where the bathroom light switch was. That irritated him. He brushed his teeth with a new toothbrush Yaren had placed in a ceramic cup beside hers. The cup had a tiny painted heart on it. He stared at it too long. In the kitchen, Yaren had made coffee and sliced fruit, arranging the plate as if breakfast needed to prove something. Morning, she said. Morning. Did you sleep? Some. You talked in your sleep. He frowned. What did I say? Hana. He looked down. Yaren placed the coffee in front of him with more force than necessary. It is normal to miss your kids, she said. I know. I am not competing with your daughters. No one said you were. Good. The phone rang. Hyun-woo grabbed it too quickly. Yaren saw the movement. The screen showed Yongin International Academy. "It's the school," he said. He answered. "Hello? Good morning, Mr. So. This is Miss Lim from Yongin International Academy. I hope I am not calling too early." "No, it's fine. Is everything okay?" "Everything is okay. I am calling to confirm your attendance at tomorrow's father-daughter breakfast." Hyun-woo closed his eyes. Yerin watched him. "Tomorrow?" "Yes." Hana and Lena submitted the guest form last month. They were very excited. Hana told her homeroom teacher, "You promised you would not miss it." Hyun-woo remembered. He had been in his study, pretending to review a supplier contract while messaging Yerin under the desk. Hana had stood in the doorway with the form. "Daddy, they need your signature today." He had signed without reading. Lena had asked if he would wear the blue tie because it matched her ribbon. He had said yes. "Mr. Solo?" Ms. Lim asked. "Yes, I'm here. Will you still be attending?" Hyun-woo looked at Yerin. Her face had gone still. "I'll be there," he said. "Wonderful. The girls will be happy." He ended the call. Yerin leaned against the counter. "Father-daughter breakfast. It's one school event. At the house you just left. At school. With Maya." "With my daughters." Yerin stirred her coffee, though she had not added sugar. "You could tell them something came up." He stared at her. "What? You think I should disappoint them the day after I moved out?" "I think children adapt. They are not furniture. Don't twist my words. Then choose better ones." Yerin's face flushed. "I am trying to build a life with you. You walked into my apartment with a bag and a ghost. Forgive me if I am wondering whether I am your future or your waiting room. This has nothing to do with Maya." "Then why did you look like that when the school called?" "Because my daughters need me." "And after breakfast?" "What about after?" "Will you come back here, or will you spend the day measuring whether Maya looks sad?" He exhaled. "You don't know what you're talking about." "Then prove me wrong." "How?" "Go tomorrow. Sit with your daughters. Do not watch Maya. Do not ask if she ate. Do not check whether she changed her hair. Do not look wounded if she smiles. If she is truly nothing to you now, it should be easy." Hyun-woo's jaw tightened. "You are making this ugly." "No, I am naming what was already standing here." At Yongin International Academy the next morning, the courtyard was full of fathers holding paper cups, daughters in pressed uniforms, and mothers pretending not to inspect the fathers who arrived late. Hyun-woo stood outside the gate for 10 seconds before entering. He had worn the blue tie. He told himself it was for Lena. The lie only lasted until he imagined Maya noticing it. Two mothers near the registration table lowered their voices when he approached. "That's him," one whispered. "The one who moved out? My sister's friend lives in their neighborhood." "And he still came?" Hyun-woo signed the attendance sheet harder than necessary. Ms. Lim smiled too brightly. "Good morning, Mr. Seo. Hana and Lena are in the hall." Before he reached the door, Lena saw him. "Daddy!" She ran across the hall and collided with his waist. He bent and held her. Hana followed more slowly, but her relief was obvious enough to hurt him. "You came," Hana said. "Of course." She studied his face. "You said that yesterday, too." He had no answer. Lena touched his tie. "You remembered blue." "I remembered." For a moment, Hyun-woo felt steady. Then Lena looked behind him. "Where is Mommy?" "She is coming." "Are you two going to sit together?" Hana's eyes sharpened. Hyun-woo forced a smile. "Today is for fathers and daughters." "Mommy said she would wait near the back," Lena said. Hana said, "She said she didn't want us to feel strange." Another small shame lodged in his throat. The hall had long tables decorated with paper flowers. Each child had drawn a portrait of her father. Lena's drawing showed Hyun-woo with long legs, giant ears, and a blue tie. Under it she had written, "My dad comes when he promises." Hyun-woo stared at the sentence until the letters blurred. "Daddy," Lena said, "do you like it?" "Yes." "Why do you look sad?" "I'm happy." Hana sat down across from him. "That is not a happy face." He tried to laugh, When did you become a judge? When adults started answering different questions from the ones I asked. Lena frowned. What does that mean? It means eat your muffin, Hana said. Then the hall door opened. Maya entered in a cream blouse and charcoal trousers, her hair pulled back, no jewelry except small silver earrings. She looked rested. That was the first thing Hyun-woo noticed. Rested. Not destroyed. Not swollen from crying. Not the deserted wife he had expected to find standing at the edge of the room. She carried a canvas bag with the girls' water bottles and extra napkins because, of course, she had remembered what he had not. Lena waved. Mommy! Maya waved back and smiled. Several mothers turned to see whether the smile was real. It was. That unsettled Hyun-woo more than anger would have. Maya walked toward their table. Good morning, my loves. Lena jumped up for a hug. Hana leaned into her mother's side without leaving her chair. Maya touched Hyun-woo's shoulder lightly, politely, like greeting a parent at a school meeting. Good morning, Hyun-woo. Morning. Thank you for coming. Thank you. The words were knives because they were civil. They asked me to come, he said. Yes, and you came. She placed Lena's water bottle on the table and stepped back. Lena grabbed her wrist. Stay. It is a father-daughter breakfast. But you can sit near us. I will be by the windows. Hana watched her parents with the focused suspicion of a child assembling a crime scene. Are you both being polite because everyone is here? She asked. Maya's mouth softened. We are being polite because you deserve a peaceful morning. Before Hyun-woo could respond, a voice behind them said, That is a very noble answer. Maya turned. Yerin stood in the hall entrance wearing sunglasses on her head and a pale coat too expensive for a school breakfast. She looked like someone who had dressed for a lunch reservation and accidentally walked into children's art. Hyun-woo felt all the blood leave his face. Yerin, he said, what are you doing here? The hall quieted in rings. Yerin smiled. I came to support you. This is a school event. I can see that. Maya looked from Hyun-woo to Yerin. Her expression did not change. That made Yerin's smile falter. Lena pulled closer to Maya. Daddy, who is she? Hana did not ask. Hana knew. That was worse. Hyun-woo lowered his voice. Yerin, leave. Her eyes flashed. Why? Are you embarrassed? The girls are here. Exactly. They should know who is in your life. Maya spoke then, quiet enough that only the people at the nearby tables heard. No, children should not be used as an announcement board. Yerin's head turned slowly. You must be Maya. I am. You are calmer than I expected. People keep telling me that. Maybe because your husband left you yesterday. The word husband did something to Hyun-woo. To Yerin, it sounded like victory. To Maya, it sounded like paperwork not yet processed. You are mistaken, Maya said. Yerin laughed once. Am I? If you came here to prove you have him, you are wasting a morning. He already left. Why are you still fighting at a children's table? The nearby mothers went silent. Yerin's cheeks reddened. Don't pretend you are above this. Above what? Losing. Maya looked at her for a long second. You think I lost because he packed a bag? Didn't you? Maya's gaze moved to Hana and Lena. The girls are hearing this. Then answer carefully. Hyun-woo stepped in. Enough. Yerin turned on him. Now you have a voice? Leave. Say it louder. Say it so everyone knows you brought me out of hiding and now want to hide me again. Lena began to cry. That was the moment Maya changed. Not loudly, not dramatically. The softness left her face. Hyun-woo, she said. He looked at her. Take the girls to the photo wall. Maya. Now. The teachers had begun lining up fathers and daughters for pictures near a banner of paper stars. Lena shook her head. I don't want a picture anymore. Hyun-woo crouched. Lena. Everyone is looking. Hana's voice was flat. Because that woman came. Yerin flinched. Maya knelt in front of both girls. Listen to me. No one in this room gets to steal your morning unless you hand it to them. You wanted this picture. You chose Daddy's tie. You made that drawing. Go take your picture. Lena wiped her cheeks. Will she come near us? No. Maya looked at Yeren. She will not. Yeren opened her mouth, then closed it. The room understood the promise. Hyun-woo took the girls toward the photo line. Hana did not hold his hand. Lena did, but weakly. Maya remained beside the table. Yeren stood in front of her, breathing hard. You enjoy this, Yeren said. No. You enjoy making me look foolish. I have not had to help. You think because you stay quiet, you win. I think because you came to a children's school to demand proof from a man who already moved in with you, you should ask yourself what you actually won. Yeren's eyes shone. He chose me. Then go enjoy being chosen. The words were not cruel. That made them impossible to fight. At the photo wall, the photographer tried to smile through the tension. Mr. Seo, please stand between the girls. Hyun-woo stood. Lena looked miserable. Hana stared straight at the camera with her jaw set. Big smiles, the photographer said. No one smiled. The flash went off anyway. By noon, the school incident had traveled through 3 parent chat groups, 2 company assistants, and 1 aunt who could not keep bad news inside her mouth. By evening, Hyun-woo was back in Yeren's apartment, pacing. Yeren stood near the kitchen island with her coat still on. I embarrassed myself for you, she said. Hyun-woo turned. For me? I told you not to come. You did not tell me not to come because you did not know I was coming. Exactly. I came because I wanted to show support. You came because you wanted Maya to react. And she did. No, the children did. Yeren looked away. You made Lena cry. I made her cry? Your choices made her cry. He stopped pacing. The words were true enough to shut him up. Yeren saw the silence and pushed. That is what you hate, isn't it? You cannot blame me completely. You cannot blame Maya. You walked out, but somehow you are shocked everyone can see the door. Stop. No. Let's finish the conversation you keep avoiding. You wanted Maya to fight me. You wanted her to shout so you could say, see, this is why I left. Instead, she looked at me like I was a late invoice. He almost smiled despite himself. That made Yeren furious. Do not smile. I'm not. She is in your head. The girls are in my head. Convenient. You don't get to talk about my daughters like that. Then stop using them as a wall between us. The doorbell rang. They both turned. Yeren frowned. Are you expecting someone? No. Hyun-woo opened the door. A courier in a rain jacket bowed slightly. Mr. Hyun-woo So? Yes. Legal delivery. Please sign here. Hyun-woo took the envelope. The return address showed Attorney Kwon and Associates. His fingers went cold. Yeren came closer. What is it? He tore it open. The first page used language so clean it felt violent. Petition for dissolution of marriage. Maya had filed. Yesterday. Yeren read over his shoulder. She filed already? Hyun-woo did not answer. He turned the page. Primary residential custody requested. Structured visitation. No spousal support requested. No personal communication, except through counsel. Equitable division of assets to be handled by disclosure. He read the lines again. No spousal support. No personal communication. No permission requested. Yeren took the papers from his hand. She wasted no time. He sat down slowly. She filed yesterday. I can read. Yesterday. You keep saying that like she was supposed to wait for your blessing. He looked at her. What? Yeren held the papers out. You moved in here. With me. Why are you offended that she believed you? She should have talked to me. About what? The girls, the house, everything. She is talking through a lawyer. That is not the same. No, it is cleaner. Hyun-woo stood. You sound happy. I sound relieved. This is what you said you wanted. He took the papers back. I thought she would at least call. Yaren's mouth opened slightly. Then she laughed. There it is. What? You wanted her to let you go slowly. That is not what I said. No, you wanted to leave and still be consulted. You wanted to break the house and remain the person she called about repairs. Enough. Is it? Because from where I am standing, the only person acting abandoned is you. He looked down at the petition. Maya's signature was steady. That night, Maya sat on Lena's bed while Lena pretended to sleep. I know you're awake, Maya said. Lena opened one eye. No, I'm not. Maya smiled and tucked the blanket higher. All right then, I will tell your sleeping self something important. Lena opened both eyes. Maya stroked her hair. What happened at school was not your fault. Everyone saw. Yes. My friends will ask. Maybe. What do I say? Maya thought carefully. You can say grown-ups made a mistake, and you don't want to talk about it. What if they keep asking? Then you say your mother said, curiosity is not a ticket into our house. Lena giggled despite herself. Mommy? Yes? Is Daddy going to marry that woman? Maya's hand paused, then continued. I don't know. Do you hate her? No. Lena frowned. Why not? Because hating her would still make my day about her. I hate her a little. You are allowed to feel what you feel. Do you hate Daddy? Maya looked toward the window. No. Why not? Because I need my heart for better things. Lena thought about this, then whispered, like us? Maya kissed her forehead. Exactly like you. In the hallway, Hana stood with her arms folded. That was a nice answer, she said, after Maya closed Lena's door. Maya leaned against the wall. Were you listening? Yes. At least you're honest. Hana looked toward her father's old study. Are we going to lose the house? Maya's stomach tightened. Why would you ask that? Grandmother said once that everything here belongs to Dad's family. Of course she had. Mi Suk-so had a talent for planting fear in children and calling it realism. Maya knelt in front of Hana. This is your home. That is not an answer. Maya almost smiled. You are getting difficult. You taught me. Fair. Hana's face did not soften. Are we going to lose it? No. How do you know? Maya held her daughter's gaze. Because some things people say they own are only things they got used to standing beside. Hana absorbed the sentence. Does Dad know that? Not yet. Hana's eyes widened a little. Maya stood and touched her cheek. Go to bed. Mom. Yes? If Dad asks me whether you're sad, what do I say? Maya felt a deep, sad weariness. Tell him to ask his lawyer. Hana smiled for the first time that day. The next morning, Hyun-woo called Attorney Kwon's office from Yaren's balcony. The assistant transferred him after making him wait exactly long enough to make the point. Attorney Kwon speaking. This is Hyun-woo Seo. Good morning, Mr. Seo. I received your documents. Yes. I need to speak with Maya. Mrs. Dlamini Seo has requested all divorce-related communication go through counsel. Mrs. Dlamini Seo. The full name irritated him. She is my wife. She is my client. You are enjoying this. I am billing for it. Hyun-woo gripped the balcony rail. Put her on the phone. No? No? Correct. This is about my children. Then send a written message through this office. If it concerns urgent health or school matters, we will forward it. I want to discuss custody. That will happen in mediation. Mediation? We haven't even talked. Mr. Seo, you moved out of the marital home and into another woman's residence. Your wife's decision to document the consequences should not surprise you. He heard Yaren moving behind him inside the apartment. He lowered his voice. She is asking for primary custody. Yes. I will not agree. That is your right. She is also asking for no spousal support. Correct. Why? Kwon paused. You would have to ask her. You just said I cannot. That is one of several difficulties created by your timing. Hyun-woo closed his eyes. There is another matter, Kwon said. What? Mrs. Dlamini-so intends to purchase your claimed interest in the Songsu residence. He straightened. Purchase my interest? Yes. With what money? The silence on the line changed temperature. Mr. Seo, Kwon said, I recommend you let your attorney ask financial questions after reviewing disclosure. I asked you, and I answered as politely as the question deserved. The call ended. Hyun-woo stood with the phone at his ear, long after the line went dead. Yerin came to the balcony door. What did they say? She wants the house. Of course she wants the house. No, she wants to buy out my share. Yerin blinked. Can she? He turned toward her. The question hit harder than it should have. What does that mean? I mean, can she afford it? Maya has money. Enough for that house? He looked away. Yerin stepped onto the balcony. Hyun-woo. What? How much of your life did she pay for? Careful. I am asking because I live here too now. You live in your own apartment. You know what I mean. He did know. That was the problem. At the Seo family home, Mi Suk-so received the news from her son and arrived at Maya's gate less than an hour later. She did not come alone. She brought Hyun-woo, his older cousin from the company, and the kind of anger that expected servants to open doors faster. Maya saw them through the security camera and took her time. When she opened the door, Mi-suk entered without greeting. Where are the girls? At school. Good, then you can stop performing motherhood and explain yourself. Hyun-woo rubbed his forehead. Mother. No, she has humiliated this family enough. Maya closed the door. Would anyone like tea? Mi-suk stared. Tea? You came to my house upset. I assumed you might need something warm. Your house? Yes. The cousin, Sejin, coughed into his hand. Mi-suk pointed at Maya. This is what I warned him about. Quiet women are dangerous. They smile while hiding knives. Maya walked into the living room. Please sit, or leave. I have a meeting in 40 minutes. With your lawyer? With my logistics director. Sejin looked up. Hyun-woo frowned. Why? Maya sat in the armchair near the window. Because logistics directors tend to dislike being ignored. Mi-suk remained standing. You filed for divorce one day after my son left. Yes. You should be ashamed. Which part? Your husband made a mistake. Maya glanced at Hyun-woo. Did he trip into Yerin's apartment? Sejin looked at the floor. Hyun-woo's face darkened. Maya. Mi-suk slapped her handbag against the sofa. Do not mock this. Men lose their way. Smart wives guide them back. No. Smart wives stop standing in the road. You have 2 daughters. I remember, I have been raising them. You cannot do this without him. Maya leaned back. Do what? Life. That is a large word. Do not act clever. This house, the school, your clothes, your position, everything came through the CO name. Hyun-woo shifted uncomfortably. Maya's expression stayed calm. Is that what you believe? It is what everyone knows. Everyone is often lazy. Mi-suk took a step forward. I accepted you. Maya finally smiled. No, you tolerated my usefulness. The room went quiet. Hyun-woo looked at her sharply. What is that supposed to mean? Maya checked her watch. Attorney Kwon should be here any minute. Mi-suk laughed. You invited a lawyer to threaten your husband's mother? No, I invited facts. They travel better with witnesses. The doorbell rang. Hyun-woo stared at Maya. She rose and opened the door. Attorney Kwon entered with a leather folder and a calm nod. Good morning, Mi-suk scoffed. This is family business. Kwon removed a document from the folder. Excellent. Then the family should know what it owns. Sejin straightened. What document is that? He asked. Kwon placed copies on the coffee table. Share registry for Hanbit Table Holdings. Hyun-woo did not move. Hanbit Table. The company he had spent 8 years calling his. The company on his business cards. The company interviews described as his vision. The company his mother used to prove he had married down and still risen. Kwon continued. Current controlling interest, Maya Delamani Seo, 56% through direct shares and founding convertible notes. Hyun-woo Seo, 17%. Seo Family Trust, 9%. Outside investors, remaining balance. Mi-suk stared at the document as if it were written in water. That is impossible. Sejin took a copy. His face changed. This is the old capitalization table. It is the current one, Kwon said. Updated after the Series B conversion your office approved 3 years ago. Hyun-woo looked at Maya. You own 56%? Maya said nothing. Mi-suk snatched the paper from Sejin. My son built that company. Your son announced that company, Kwon said. Mrs. Dlamini Seo financed its first production line, secured the export agreements, personally guaranteed the first warehouse lease, and converted emergency debt into equity when the company nearly missed payroll. Lies. Kwon opened another document. Bank transfer records, board minutes, convertible note agreements, personal guarantee, trademark assignments. Would you prefer them chronologically or emotionally? Sejin coughed again, this time to hide a laugh. Mi-suk turned on him. Do not. Hyun-woo's voice was low. Maya. She looked at him. Why didn't you tell me? The question was so strange, she almost did not understand it. Tell you what? That you owned more than me. You signed the conversion documents. I didn't know. You didn't read. That quiet sentence opened a trap door under the whole room. Hyun-woo remembered the night vaguely. A board package. Maya waiting at the dining table with pages marked. Him irritated because he had a late call. Her saying, you need to read this. Him saying, I trust you, just show me where to sign. Trust. How cheaply he had used that word. Mi-suk's hands shook. If this were true, why did you let everyone say my son carried you? Maya looked at her. Because your son needed applause more than I needed correction. Hyun-woo flinched. Maya continued. Because at first I thought protecting his pride protected our marriage. Then I thought protecting our marriage protected our daughters. Then one morning he stood in my kitchen with a travel bag, and I realized I had confused silence with peace. Mi-suk sat down slowly. For the first time since Maya had known her, the older woman's posture lost its throne. Kwon turned another page. There is also the matter of company funds used for non-business expenses. Hyun-woo's head snapped up. Maya closed her eyes for half a second. She had not wanted to do this here. Mi-suk said, What expenses? Kwon answered, Apartment deposits, luxury travel, jewelry, and consulting fees, routed to Han Yerin design strategy without board approval. Hyun-woo stood. That is enough. Maya remained seated. Mi-suk looked from her son to the lawyer. Yerin? Sejin's face hardened. He was no longer amused. Hyun-woo, tell me this is wrong. Hyun-woo's silence filled the room. Maya spoke softly. The board will receive the audit summary tomorrow. You are destroying me, Hyun-woo said. Maya looked tired now. No, I stopped hiding the receipts. Mi-suk rose again, but slower. You planned this. I prepared for it. You set him up. Maya's voice sharpened for the first time. Your son used company money to build a life with another woman while our daughters asked why he missed dinner. Do not come into my house and call evidence a trap. No one spoke. Kwon gathered the documents. Mrs. Dlamini Seo is willing to negotiate the residence buyout, custody schedule, and a structured exit from company management if Mr. Seo cooperates. Exit? Hyun-woo whispered. Kwon looked at him. You cannot remain CEO during a related party expense investigation. Mi-suk grabbed Hyun-woo's arm as if he might fall. Maya stood. I need to leave for my meeting. Mi-suk stared at her. After everything, you can just go to work? Maya picked up her bag. Someone has to. When Hyun-woo returned to Yerin's apartment, the city was already dark. Yerin was waiting in the living room with a glass of wine and the confidence of someone who expected to be comforted for an inconvenience. Where were you? She asked. He removed his shoes slowly. At the house. With Maya? With Maya, my mother, Sejin, and her lawyer. Yerin sat straighter. Why? He walked past her into the kitchen and poured water. Hyun-woo. Maya owns most of Hanbit table. Yerin blinked. Then she laughed. That is not funny. I'm not joking. Her face shifted. What do you mean owns most? 56%. No. Yes. But you said you built it. I did build it. With her money? He gripped the glass. With our money. Do not make it romantic. Whose name is on the shares? He did not answer. Yerin stood. Hyun-woo. Hers. Yerin's wineglass lowered. So what happens now? There is an audit. An audit of what? He said nothing. Her eyes narrowed. Of what? Expenses. My company? Some payments. Some? Yerin. She set the glass down carefully. Tell me exactly how much trouble I am in. You are not in trouble if the work was legitimate. If? The board will ask questions. The board? I thought you controlled the board. He looked at her then. That was the moment she understood. He did not. Maya did. Yerin sat down as if her knees had been cut. All those dinners, she whispered. All those speeches. You let me believe. Believe what? That you were the future of that company. I was. Were? This is temporary. Yerin laughed, but this time it was ugly. Temporary? Your wife filed for divorce, locked you behind lawyers, owns your company, is buying your house, and now your board is checking whether you used company money on me. Don't say it like that. How should I say it? Poetically. I am still the CEO. For how long? He did not answer. Yerin walked to the bedroom. Where are you going? To pack. Pack? Yes. This is your apartment. She turned in the doorway. No, this is my apartment. You came here with a bag and a story. The story changed. Yerin. I gave up things for you. Like what? Her face hardened. Do not test me tonight. You wanted me to leave her. I wanted the man you told me you were. I am that man. No, Maya was that man. The sentence struck him silent. Yerin's eyes filled, but not with love, with rage at a bad investment. Do you know the worst part? She said. She did not even have to fight me. She let me stand there at that school and reveal myself. He stepped toward her. We can fix this. Can we? Yes. With what? Her company? Her house? Her lawyer? Stop calling everything hers. Yerin's voice dropped. Why? Because that makes you hear yourself. He stared at her. She went into the bedroom. This time, when she packed a bag, he was the one standing in the doorway waiting for someone to turn around. She did not. The board meeting began at 9, in a glass room overlooking the river. Hyun-woo arrived in a navy suit, face pale, hair perfect. He had slept on Yerin's sofa after she took the bedroom and locked the door. By morning, she was gone. The framed photo from the dresser lay face down in the trash. Maya arrived 10 minutes later with Kwon and the audit director. She wore black. Not morning black. Decision black. Hyun-woo hated himself for noticing. Chairman Beck opened the meeting with no small talk. We are here to address governance concerns, unauthorized related party payments, and interim leadership. Hyun-woo leaned forward. Before we begin, I want to say this matter is being inflated because of a personal dispute. Maya's expression did not change. Chairman Beck looked at the audit director. Proceed. The audit director clicked the remote. Numbers appeared on the screen. Apartment deposit categorized as regional brand research. Designer furniture categorized as set styling. Weekend hotel stays categorized as executive strategy retreat. Payments to Han Yerin Design Strategy categorized as launch consulting without deliverables attached. Hyun-woo felt each line peel skin from his name. There were verbal deliverables, he said. Sejin, sitting 3 seats away, looked embarrassed for him. Verbal furniture? Sejin asked. Chairman Beck said, let him answer. Hyun-woo looked at Maya. She did not help. That betrayal felt absurd. even to him. Some expenses were misclassified by accounting, he said. The audit director replied, accounting processed the classifications from your office. My assistant may have. Maya's voice cut in. Do not blame Ms. Ryu. She emailed you twice requesting clarification. Hyun-woo turned. You read my assistant's emails? I read company records. Convenient. Necessary. Chairman Beck tapped the table. Mr. Seo, this board must decide whether you remain in active leadership while the investigation continues. Hyun-woo straightened. I built this company. The room went still. Maya looked at him then. Not angry. Almost sad. Tell them how, she said. What? Tell them how you built it. Maya. No, this is the room where you always wanted credit. Take it carefully. Chairman Baek watched with interest. Hyun-woo's mouth went dry. Maya opened a folder. The first production line was purchased with money from my late father's estate. The Busan warehouse lease was guaranteed against my personal portfolio. The first overseas distributor signed because I spent 7 months rebuilding the pitch after your team failed to meet import requirements. When the company missed payroll, I converted debt instead of letting staff go home unpaid. When your mother told investors I was only a supportive spouse, I sat beside her and let the lie work because the company needed the room calm. Hyun-woo looked at the table. She continued. You were good on camera. You were good with restaurant owners. You were good at making people believe the future had a face. I never denied that. But you mistook the microphone for the machinery. No one spoke. Seijin looked down. Chairman Beck folded his hands. Mrs. Delamini Seo, are you asking to assume interim executive authority? Hyun-woo's head lifted. Maya said, no. He almost breathed. Then she added, I am asking the board to appoint an independent interim CEO and remove Mr. Cello from financial authority pending investigation. I will remain controlling shareholder and chair the governance committee until the audit is complete. You are removing me, Hyun-woo said. The board is. Because you told them to. Because you gave them reasons. The vote took 7 minutes. Hyun-woo lost access before he reached the elevator. His phone buzzed with automated security alerts. Company email disabled. Executive card suspended. Shared drive access revoked. Garage access paused. He stared at the screen while employees pretended not to watch from behind glass walls. Maya walked past him with Kwan. Maya? He said. She stopped. For a moment, he saw the woman who once waited up with soup when he worked late, who edited his speeches, who laughed when he practiced investor pitches in the bathroom mirror. Then he saw the woman he had made necessary. Did you want this? He asked. Maya answered honestly. No. Then why does it feel like you are calm again? Because panic is expensive. She walked away. Hyun-woo stood by the elevator holding a phone full of revoked permissions. That afternoon, Yerin called Maya. Maya almost did not answer. Then she thought of the school hall, Lena's tears, Hana's face, and the way Yerin had entered their lives demanding a reaction. She answered, This is Maya. Yerin was quiet for a beat. I did not know about the company money. Okay? I mean it. Okay? He told me the consulting payments were normal. Were they? Yerin exhaled shakily. Some work was real, some invoices were inflated. Maya closed her eyes. Why are you calling me? Because the board will ask for records. Yes. I will cooperate. Good. Another silence. Then Yerin said, I am not apologizing because I think it will fix anything. Then why? Because I saw your daughter's face at school. Maya said nothing. Yerin continued, I thought if you stayed calm, it meant you did not care. I wanted you to care because if you cared, then I had won something real. Maya sat at her desk and looked out at the river. And now? Now I think I walked into a house already full of smoke and called myself fire. That was better than Maya expected. Still not enough. Yerin. Yes? Do not contact my children. Do not come near their school. Do not turn your regret into another performance. I won't. And send the records to Kwon. I will. Yeren hesitated. Can I ask you something? No. Maya ended the call. For the first time that day, she smiled. The happiness had not arrived yet, but no had become easy. The custody mediation took place in a beige room designed to make nobody feel victorious. Hyun-woo arrived with a lawyer his mother had chosen. Maya arrived with Kwon and a folder organized by school calendars, medical appointments, missed events, and messages from the girls' teachers. The mediator, a woman with silver hair and patient eyes, began gently. Our goal is to establish stability for Hana and Lena. Hyun-woo leaned forward. I want equal time. Maya looked at him. What? Equal time, he repeated. They are my daughters too. I know. Then why are you asking for primary custody? Kwon started to speak, but Maya lifted a hand. Because you moved into an apartment where the girls do not have beds, with a woman they met during a public scene at school, while under a company audit involving that same woman. Hyun-woo's lawyer said, the relationship has ended. Maya looked at Hyun-woo. He looked away. Even so, Maya said, the girls need routine before symbolism. Symbolism? Hyun-woo said. You want equal time, because unequal time makes you feel judged. That is unfair. Maybe, but tell me their dentist's name. He froze. The mediator lowered her gaze to her notes. Maya continued. Tell me Lena's allergy medication. Tell me Hana's math tutor schedule. Tell me which teacher Lena avoids because she thinks the teacher is angry when she is only tired. Tell me what Hana does when she is upset but trying to look mature. Hyun-woo's face reddened. Yes, that is why I am not asking to erase you. I am asking you to learn without using the girls as proof. The room quieted. The mediator asked, Mrs. Dlamini Seo, what schedule are you proposing? Maya opened the folder. Every other weekend after a transition period, one weekday dinner if the girls agree, school events shared with advanced boundaries, no introducing romantic partners for 12 months, therapy for both girls, with both parents participating when recommended, parenting communication through the app until direct communication becomes healthy. Hyun-woo looked wounded. An app? Yes. You cannot speak to me? I can. I am choosing records. You are punishing me. Maya's voice softened, which somehow made it worse. Hyun-woo, punishment would be telling the girls everything I know. He looked down. The mediator watched him. Mr. Seo? He did not speak for several seconds. Then he said, I don't know how to be a weekend father. Maya answered, You did not know how to be a present father either. Start where you are. His eyes filled. For once, he did not use the tears as a weapon. He simply sat with them. That evening, Hyun-woo waited outside the townhouse gate with a bag of mandarins because Lena liked them and a box of green tea cookies because Hana used to steal them from his office. Maya opened the gate but did not invite him in. You are early, she said. I know. The girls are finishing dinner. Can I wait? Outside. He nodded. Rain had started, light and cold. Maya watched him stand under the small awning. You can leave the food. I want to give it to them. All right? Neither moved. Hyun-woo looked past her into the warm hallway. The house smelled like soup and hair oil and clean laundry. It smelled like the life he had described as suffocating when another woman made his escape feel romantic. I heard the board appointed Miss Ryu interim CEO, he said. They did. She will be good. Yes. Better than me? Maya's face did not change. At reading emails, yes. Despite everything, he laughed. The laugh died quickly. Yeren left, he said. I know. Of course you know. She called me. His head lifted. She what? She is cooperating with the audit. He leaned against the gate. So everyone talks to you except me. People talk where listening exists. He absorbed that. Did you ever love me? He asked. Maya looked tired suddenly. Do not do that. I need to know. No. You want to turn this into a question about the past because the present is giving you no room. Maya. Yes, I loved you. I loved you when your mother corrected my name in restaurants. I loved you when investors called me your wife, and you forgot to say co-founder. I loved you when Hana was born, and you cried because her fingers curled around yours. I loved you when you failed, when you bragged, when you were kind, when you were careless. I loved you until loving you required me to disappear in front of my daughters. His face crumpled. I didn't know. You didn't ask. From inside, Lena shouted, "Mommy, is Daddy here?" Maya looked back. "Yes, sweetheart." Lena ran to the door, then slowed when she saw the gate. Hana came behind her. Hyun-woo held up the bag. "I brought mandarins." Lena smiled a little. Hana looked at the cookies. "Are those from the office?" He swallowed. "No, from the bakery near school." "Good," Hana said, "because you don't have that office now." Maya closed her eyes. Hyun-woo nodded. "That's true." Hana seemed surprised he did not argue. Lena took the mandarins through the gate. "Are you coming in?" Hyun-woo looked at Maya. Maya answered for him. "Not tonight." Lena's face fell. Hyun-woo crouched outside the gate. "Mommy is right. Not tonight. But I will see you Saturday if you want." Lena looked at Hana. Hana said, "We will think about it." Hyun-woo accepted the sentence like a court order. "Okay." After the girls went inside, Maya started to close the gate. Hyun-woo said, "Thank you." "For what?" "For not making them hate me." Maya paused. "I am busy helping them love themselves." She closed the gate. Hyun-woo stood in the rain until the hallway light went off. Mi-suk did not accept defeat gracefully. 2 days later, she appeared outside Hanbit table with a reporter from a business channel and a story about a foreign daughter-in-law forcing a Korean founder out of his own company during a family crisis. She had chosen the words carefully. Foreign. Founder. Family crisis. Each one dressed prejudice in a suit. Maya watched the clip from the conference room while Kwon stood beside her. Mi-suk faced the camera with trembling dignity. "My son made personal mistakes," she said, "but a family company should not be seized through legal tricks by someone who never respected our traditions." Kwon muttered. "That woman turns venom into stationery." Maya rewound the clip. Kwon looked at her. "Do not tell me you want to ignore this." "No." "Good. I want to answer once." "Press statement?" "No." Maya opened her laptop. 30 minutes later, Hanbit Table released a shareholder letter. It contained no insult, no emotion, only dates, documents, investment amounts, board minutes, and one sentence at the end. Respect for family cannot require the falsification of ownership, labor, or harm. The letter went viral faster than Mi-suk's interview. Former employees began posting stories. Maya was the one who stayed until midnight during the recall. Maya was the one who negotiated with the warehouse union. Maya was the one who paid salaries when investors delayed funds. Maya was the one who remembered staff birthdays while Hyun-woo did television. By evening, the story had changed. Not completely. Stories never obey all at once. But enough. Hyun-woo called his mother. "Take the interview down." Mi-suk's voice was sharp. "You should be thanking me. You made it worse." "She made it worse by humiliating you." "No, mother, I did." Silence. "What did you say?" Hyun-woo closed his eyes. "I did this. She has poisoned you. She covered for me. You sound weak. Maybe I am finally tired of sounding strong while other people carry the weight." Mi-suk's breathing changed. "That woman will take everything." "No, she is taking what was hers." "And what about us?" He looked around Yaren's apartment, half empty now, his bag still on the floor, because he had nowhere else to put it. "I don't know." "You don't know?" "No. After everything I sacrificed for you?" There it was. The debt he had been born inside. Hyun-woo sat down. "Mother." "What? Do you love me when I am not impressive?" The silence lasted so long he almost thought the call had dropped. Then Mi-suk said, "Do not be dramatic." He laughed softly. "That is what I thought." He ended the call. For the first time since leaving home, Hyun-woo sat in complete quiet and did not check whether Maya had called. She had not. Weeks passed. The first Saturday visit was awkward. Hyun-woo rented a serviced apartment with 2 small beds and asked the girls what they wanted for lunch. Lena said noodles. Hana said, "You cannot buy trust with noodles." Hyun-woo said, "I know." That surprised her enough to choose dumplings too. He burned the dumplings. Lena laughed for real. Hana tried not to. He did not take a photo. He wanted to. He wanted proof that the day had not been a complete failure. But he heard Maya's voice in his head, saying not to use the girls as proof. So he let the moment exist without being shown to anyone. That was harder than he expected. During the second visit, Hana asked him why he cheated. He was cutting apples. The knife stopped. Lena froze at the table. Hyun-woo placed the knife down. "Because I was selfish." Hana waited. "That's too short." "Because I liked feeling admired without being known. Because at home I felt like every mistake had a witness. Because your mother knew the real me, and instead of becoming better, I went where I could perform a better version." Hana's eyes filled. "Did you stop loving mommy?" Hyun-woo looked at the apple slices. "I stopped acting like love required anything from me. That is not an answer. It is the truest one I have," Lena whispered. "Did you stop loving us?" He moved to her chair and knelt. "No, but I acted in a way that made you feel unsafe. Love does not erase that." Lena cried into his shoulder. Hana looked away, but she did not leave the room. It was not forgiveness. It was a door left unlocked. He knew better than to rush through it. The audit concluded 6 weeks later. Hyun-woo signed a repayment agreement, resigned from executive leadership, and retained only non-voting shares until the divorce settlement finalized. Yerin repaid part of the consulting fees and gave testimony that damaged him less than it could have because Maya declined to pursue criminal charges if restitution was made. When Kwon told him that last part, Hyun-woo called Maya. She did not answer. He sent a message through the parenting app. "Thank you for not pursuing charges." Her reply came 3 hours later. "Do not mistake restraint for reconciliation." He read it in the grocery aisle and almost smiled. There she was, clear as glass. The final divorce mediation happened on a rainy Thursday. Hyun-woo signed the custody agreement first, then the residence buyout, then the company settlement. Each signature removed a fantasy. The fantasy that he could return to the house if he felt lonely. The fantasy that Hanbit Table was waiting for him to reclaim it. The fantasy that Maya's calm had been temporary. When Maya signed, her hand did not shake. Hyun-woo watched the pen move. He remembered the breakfast table, her tea, the girls' faces, the bag by the door. He had believed he was beginning a new life. Now he understood he had been walking out of a life someone else had kept standing. After the lawyers left, he and Maya remained in the room for one unplanned minute. Rain tapped the window. Hyun-woo said, "I am sorry." Maya placed the pen back on the table. "I know. That is all?" The old irritation rose in him, weak but familiar. Maya saw it. So did he. He breathed it down. "I mean," he said, "I know the apology does not cover what happened." "No, it does not." "Will it ever be?" She looked at him then, fully. For the girls, enough will mean showing up until they no longer wonder which version of you is coming. For me, enough is not the goal anymore. His eyes burned. "What is?" "Peace. Do I have any place in that?" Maya's face softened, but the boundary stayed. "As their father, not as the storm I keep letting back through the door." He nodded. "Maya." "Yes? When did you stop waiting?" She looked toward the rain. "The morning you left." Lena asked if she caused it. Hana asked if we would lose the house. I realized they had been living inside questions you never heard. That was when I stopped waiting for you to become the answer. He had no defense. Only grief. "I thought you were cold," he said. "I was careful. I thought you didn't care. You needed that to leave. And now? Now you need to learn how to live without making my pain your mirror." She picked up her bag. "Goodbye, Hyun-woo." This time, he did not ask her to say it differently. Goodbye, Maya. That weekend, Hyun-woo went back to the old house, only to collect the last boxes from the storage room. Maya was not home. Kwon had arranged the pickup through the parenting app. The housekeeper opened the side gate, showed him the labeled boxes, and left him alone with shelves that remembered more than he wanted them to. Old winter coats, broken umbrellas, the rice cooker they used before the company had money, a plastic bin of children's art. He knew he should not open it. He opened it anyway. Inside were drawings from years he had survived by calling himself busy. Lena's first crooked family portrait showed 4 people under a yellow sun. Hyun-woo was drawn far taller than everyone else, with a speech bubble that said, "Daddy work." He set it down carefully. Another picture showed Maya at a laptop, Hana beside her with a book, Lena asleep on the sofa. At the bottom, in Hana's neat handwriting, were the words, "Mommy waits with us." Hyun-woo sat on the storage room floor. He did not cry loudly. There was no one there to hear it, so the sound did not need a shape. In the next box, he found an old Hanbit table launch program. His photograph was on the front. His name appeared under founder and CEO. Maya's name appeared on page 4, in smaller print, beside strategic advisor. Strategic advisor. He remembered that night. Cameras, applause, his mother in pearls, Maya in a blue dress standing near the wall because the front row had been reserved for investors. He had thanked the board, the staff, the suppliers, his mother, even the restaurant association. He had forgotten Maya. Not maliciously, carelessly, the kind of carelessness that becomes a life when no one interrupts it. On the back of the program, Maya had written a note to herself in black pen. Remember, the work knows. 4 words. No accusation. No dramatic speech. Just a woman telling herself that the work had seen her when people refused to. Hyun-woo folded the program and placed it back where he found it. He carried his boxes to the car. Before leaving, he stood in the driveway and looked at the kitchen window. For years, light from that window had meant someone was waiting. Now it meant someone was home. The difference hurt. It also taught him where the line was. He sent one message through the app. I collected the boxes. I found some of the girls' old drawings mixed in. I left them on the storage shelf. Maya replied later that evening. Thank you. Only that. He put the phone down. For once, he did not ask for more. 3 months later, Hanbit Table held a staff town hall in the same glass room where Hyun-woo lost his access. Maya stood at the front, not as the supportive spouse, not as the silent investor, not as the woman people thanked after thanking her husband, as chair. She spoke about governance, expansion, worker safety, and rebuilding trust. She did not mention Hyun-woo. She did not need to. At the back of the room, Miss Ryu, now interim CEO, introduced a new export plan. The staff applauded. Some looked relieved. Some looked ashamed of how late they had learned the truth. Maya accepted both, without feeding either. After the meeting, Sejin approached her. I owe you an apology, he said. Yes. He blinked, then nodded. I thought Hyun-woo was the center of the company. Many people did. You let us. I did. Why? Maya looked through the glass wall at employees returning to their desks. Because I confused being unselfish with being invisible. Sejin lowered his head. It will not happen again. No, Maya said. It will not. At Youngin International Academy, the spring recital arrived with too many flowers and not enough parking. Lena played a small drum in the second row. Hana narrated one scene in Korean and English, her voice clear enough to make Maya cry before the emotional part. Hyun-woo arrived alone. He sat 3 rows behind Maya because the girls had asked for both parents to come, but did not ask them to sit together. He respected that. Halfway through the recital, Lena spotted him and waved with 2 fingers. He waved back. Hana saw him too. She did not wave, but after her scene, she looked in his direction for 1 second longer than necessary. He took it as enough. After the recital, parents crowded the hallway with flowers and phones. Lena ran to Maya first. Then she ran to Hyun-woo. Hana accepted flowers from both parents, like a diplomat receiving documents from two tense nations. You were good, Hyun-woo said. I know, Hana replied. Maya coughed to hide a laugh. Hyun-woo saw it. For a second, the old life shimmered. Then it settled into something else. Not marriage, not friendship, not yet forgiveness. A hallway where their daughters could stand without choosing which parent to comfort. That was something. Yerin appeared once more in the story, though not in person. An envelope arrived at Maya's office containing a handwritten note and a flash drive. Kwon inspected the drive before Maya opened anything. The note was short. I found more invoices from before I knew what he was doing. Use them or don't. I am leaving Seoul for a while. I was cruel to you because I thought your silence meant weakness. I know better now. I will not contact your family again. There was no signature. There did not need to be. Maya placed the note in the legal file, not the memory box. Some apologies belonged to records, not hearts. Hyun-woo heard Yerin had left through Sejin, who heard it through a vendor, who heard it through someone who loved being near unfinished scandals. He felt less than he expected. Not nothing. He was not proud enough to pretend that. But the feeling had changed shape. Yerin had been an exit sign he mistook for daylight. He wished her a life where she stopped mistaking other people's homes for ladders. He did not call her. That, too, was growth. The next hard thing did not arrive with shouting. It arrived in a therapy waiting room with plastic plants and a wall clock that ticked too loudly. Hana sat with one ankle crossed over the other, pretending to read a book she had not turned a page of in 12 minutes. Lena leaned against Maya, tracing the seam of Maya's sleeve with one finger. Hyun-woo sat across from them, hands folded, trying not to look like a guest in his own children's healing. The therapist, Dr. Shin, opened the door. Hana, Lena, you can come in first. Your parents will join later if we need them. Lena gripped Maya's hand. Do we have to? Dr. Shin smiled gently. No one has to say anything before they are ready, but the room is very good at waiting. Hana stood. Come on. Lena followed her sister inside. The door closed. Maya exhaled slowly. Hyun-woo looked at her. Have they said anything to you? About therapy? About me? Maya did not answer quickly. He nodded once, already understanding that the delay was mercy. Tell me. Lena asks whether Yerin will come back. His face tightened. She won't. I know. Does Lena know? Children know what they have lived, not what adults promise. He looked at the closed door. And Hana? Maya's voice softened. Hana is angry that she still misses you. Hyun-woo swallowed. Maya continued. She thinks missing you means she is betraying me. No. I told her no. Does she believe you? Some days. He pressed his palms together until the knuckles whitened. I did that. Yes. The answer was not cruel. It did not need to be. After 40 minutes, Dr. Shin invited the parents in. Lena sat on a floor cushion with a tissue in her hand. Hana sat upright beside her, face dry, eyes red. Dr. Shin spoke carefully. The girls have agreed that I can share one thing with both of you. Maya nodded. Hyun-woo leaned forward. Dr. Shin looked at him first. They do not want surprises. Hyun-woo frowned. Surprises? Hana said. People, Lena whispered. At school. The room dropped into stillness. Hyun-woo's eyes closed for a second, then opened. No surprises, he said. Hana's voice was cold. You said that before. I know. So why should we believe this one? Maya almost spoke, but Dr. Shin lifted one finger slightly. Hyun-woo looked at his daughter. You should not believe it because I said it. You should watch what I do. Hana blinked. She had expected pleading. So had Maya. Hyun-woo continued. I will not bring anyone to your school, your activities, your home, or my apartment, without talking to your mother and Dr. Shin first. I will write it into the parenting agreement if that helps. Lena looked at Maya. Can he write it? Maya said. Yes. Hana studied him. What if you get lonely? The question was too adult. Hyun-woo's face folded around it. Then I will be lonely. I will not make you responsible for fixing it. Hana looked down. For the first time in weeks, her shoulders lowered. Dr. Shin made a note. The sound of pen on paper felt like a small stitch. Outside the building, Lena asked Hyun-woo if he could walk them to the car. Hana did not object. Maya handed him Lena's backpack and stepped aside. It was a small concession. He carried it like glass. Mi-suk came to Maya privately after the shareholder letter broke her interview into pieces. She arrived without a reporter, without Hyun-woo, without the cousin who always looked as if he wanted a chair between himself and disaster. Maya found her standing outside the company lobby in a gray coat, smaller than usual under the security lights. I did not know where else to go, Mi-suk said. Maya looked at the reception desk, then back at her. There are many places. Do not be cruel. I am being factual. Mi-suk's mouth tightened. May we speak? Maya almost said no. Then she thought of Hana, asking whether anger made her like her grandmother. 10 minutes, Maya said. They sat in a small conference room with a glass wall and no tea. Mi-suk noticed. Maya let her notice. Hyun-woo is not well, Mi-suk began. He is alive, housed, represented by counsel, and seeing his children. You know what I mean. I know what you want me to mean. Mi-suk folded her gloves in her lap. He has lost everything. He has lost control of things he mishandled. You speak as if he is a stranger. Maya looked at the woman who had once told her that mixed children needed extra discipline because the world would already be confused by them. You trained me to understand how a family can treat someone as useful and still call them stranger. Mi-suk looked away. For once, no instant reply came. I was hard on you, she said. Maya waited. Too hard, perhaps. Perhaps is doing heavy work in that sentence. Mi-suk inhaled. I thought I was protecting him. From what? From being swallowed by a life I did not understand. You mean me? Your difference. Maya leaned back. Say it cleanly. Mi-suk's fingers tightened around the gloves. Your blackness, your foreign mother, your refusal to be grateful in the way people expected. The words sat between them. Ugly. Useful. Maya nodded once. There, that is the first honest sentence you have said to me in 13 years. Mi-suk's eyes shone, but Maya did not soften. What do you want? Let him keep a title at Hanbit. No. A ceremonial role. No. He will collapse without dignity. Then teach him dignity that does not require a nameplate. Mi-suk's voice broke. He is my son, and Hana and Lena are my daughters. I know. No, you know now because consequences have entered rooms you care about. You did not know when Lena cried at school. You did not know when Hana asked if this house belonged to her. You did not know when your son confused applause with leadership because you clapped loudest. Mi-suk covered her mouth. Maya stood. I will not destroy him for pleasure. I will not save him from himself for your comfort. Maya, speak to your son. Learn your granddaughter's fears. Begin there. Mi-suk stood too. At the door she paused. Do they hate me? Maya opened the door. They are children. They are still deciding what to do with what adults gave them. Mi-suk left with that sentence because Maya gave her nothing easier to carry. Hyun-woo's lowest point came on an ordinary Tuesday. Not the board vote, not the divorce signing, not Yerin leaving. An ordinary Tuesday. He was in a convenience store buying instant coffee when a young employee recognized him from old Hanbit interviews. Aren't you Mr. Seo? The employee asked. Hyun-woo froze. The young man smiled. My mother loves your company's dumpling soup. She says the new packaging is better now. The new packaging. Designed after he left. Approved by Maya. Launched under Ms. Ryu. Hyun-woo nodded. I'm glad she likes it. Do you still work there? The question was innocent. It entered him anyway. No, he said, not anymore. The young man looked embarrassed. Oh, sorry. It's fine. He paid for the coffee and walked outside. There, Under the buzzing store sign, he realized something that should have been obvious. The world had continued. The company had continued. Maya had continued. The girls had continued. His absence had caused pain, yes, but it had not created emptiness large enough to stop anyone's clock. He sat on a bench near the bus stop and called Dr. Shin. "I need a therapist recommendation for myself," he said when she answered. Dr. Shin paused. "That is a good request. It does not feel good. Most good requests do not." He almost laughed. "Can you send me a name? I can send 3. "Thank you." He ended the call and stared at the coffee cooling in his hand. For the first time, he did not want Maya to know he had done something decent. He wanted to become the kind of man who did not need an audience for decency. The next product launch tested Maya in a different way. A business host invited her for a televised interview under the polite title, "Women Rebuilding Korean Food Exports." Kwon hated the idea. They will ask about Hyun-woo. Of course. And Yerin. Probably. And race. But in that soft, smiling way people use when they want to sound global. Maya looked up from the briefing notes. Then I should go. The studio lights were hotter than expected. The host smiled with perfect teeth. "Mrs. Dlamini-seo, many people describe your story as a revenge comeback. Do you accept that label?" Maya smiled. "No." The host blinked. "No?" "Revenge keeps the person who hurt you at the center. I am not rebuilding a company, a home, or a life around my ex-husband." The crew went very still. The host recovered. "Then how would you describe it?" "Correction." "Correction?" "Correcting records. Correcting governance. Correcting the habit of calling women's labor support when it is leadership." The host nodded quickly. "You have also spoken about your daughters. How do you balance privacy with such a public case?" Maya's face softened. "By remembering they are children, not symbols. I may speak about what adults did. I do not spend their pain for applause." In the control room, a producer whispered, "That clip is going everywhere." It did. By night, messages filled Maya's phone. Some kind. Some ugly. Some from women she had not spoken to in years, saying they had also let themselves disappear beside powerful men. Maya read only a few. Then she put the phone away and helped Lena find a missing sock. Fame could wait. Laundry could not. That was the new shape of her life. Large rooms. Small socks. Both hers. One evening, almost a year after the breakfast when he left, Hyun-woo stood outside the Songsu townhouse, waiting to pick up the girls for dinner. The gate opened. Maya stepped out with a stack of school forms. "They are almost ready," she said. "Okay." He noticed the garden had changed. The shrubs his mother chose years ago were gone. In their place were herbs, small flowers, and a young plum tree. "The garden looks different," he said. "It is." The girls helped. Lena chose the flowers. Hana pretended not to care and then researched soil for 2 nights. He smiled. "That sounds like her." Maya glanced at him. The silence was not warm, but it was no longer sharp. "How is work?" he asked. "Busy. I saw the new product launch." "Did you?" "It was good." "It was." He nodded. The gate opened wider, and Lena rushed out, followed by Hana walking at a speed designed to look unexcited. "Daddy, can we get noodles?" Lena asked. "Yes." "And dumplings?" "If I don't burn them." Hana handed him a folded paper. "My debate schedule," she said. "You missed the deadline to sign up last time. Don't miss it again." He took the paper with both hands. "I won't." She studied him. "Put it in your calendar now." He took out his phone and did it in front of her. Maya watched quietly. When he finished, Hana nodded, as if granting provisional approval. "Good." The girls walked ahead to his car. Hyun-woo turned back. "Maya." "Yes? I know better than to say I miss the old days." "Good. But I do miss the people we were before I ruined them." Maya looked at the plum tree. "I don't." "He absorbed that," she continued. The woman I was then kept swallowing glass and calling it patience. I don't miss her. No. I like who she became. Hyun-woo followed her gaze to the tree. So do I. Maya looked back at him. Be careful with that sentence. I know. Do you? I am learning. The girls shouted from the car. Daddy! He stepped back. I should go. Yes. He walked to the car. Maya watched her daughters buckle in. Lena was laughing. Hana was correcting the angle of her seatbelt. Hyun-woo listened instead of pretending to listen. That mattered. It did not undo anything, but it mattered. After they drove away, Maya returned to the garden. Her mother, Zanelli, sat on the back step with a mug of tea, pretending she had not been watching the whole exchange through the kitchen window. You are smiling, Zanelli said. Maya touched one of the herb leaves. Am I? Small. I am not smiling at him. I did not ask. Maya sat beside her mother. For a while they listened to the evening traffic. Zanelli said, When you were little, you hated when I told you to let things be. Maya leaned her head against her mother's shoulder. I still hate it. Good. Maya laughed. Zanelli looked at the plum tree. Some things should not be let be. Some things should be named, moved, cut down, planted again. You could have told me that earlier. You would not have listened. Maybe. Also, I was learning. Maya looked at her mother then. Zanelli's face was lined with years of choosing peace, when peace had sometimes meant silence. You did your best, Maya said. Yes. And? Zanelli smiled. And sometimes my best needed updating. Maya laughed again, softer this time. The house behind them was quieter now. No footsteps pacing in the study. No car arriving late and turning the air brittle. No woman at the table measuring herself against a mother-in-law's approval, a husband's ego, a room's suspicion. The quiet had changed ownership. It belonged to Maya now. At dinner, Hyun-woo listened to Lena describe a classmate's missing pencil case with the seriousness of a police briefing. Hana corrected 3 details. Lena objected. Hyun-woo did not look at his phone once. When he dropped them off, Hana paused before entering the gate. You did okay today, she said. Hyun-woo placed a hand over his heart. High praise. Don't make it weird. Sorry. Lena hugged him. Hana hesitated, then allowed a brief side hug that lasted exactly 1 second. He treated that second with respect. Maya opened the gate. Good night, she said. Good night. The girls went inside. Hyun-woo looked at Maya, then at the warm hallway, then back at Maya. There was a time when he would have asked to come in. There was a time when he would have asked to come in, or the traffic, or some small excuse to step over the threshold and test whether the house still remembered him. He did not. I will send the debate confirmation through the app, he said. Thank you. Good night, Maya. Good night, Hyun-woo. She closed the gate. This time, he did not stand outside waiting for the light to go off. He walked to his car. He had lost the right to be inside that house. He had not lost the responsibility to become someone his daughters could open the gate for without fear. That would have to be enough. Inside, Maya found Hana and Lena in the kitchen, eating the last of the fruit. How was dinner? She asked. Daddy listened, Lena said. Hana shrugged. He listened better. That is something. Are you happy? Lena asked. Maya washed her hands at the sink. Right now? Yes. Maya looked at both girls. Their faces still carried marks from the year. Children healed, but they did not erase. She knew there would be more questions, more anger, more school forms, more awkward recitals, more days when grief returned, wearing an ordinary Tuesday. But the house was steady. Their names were steady. Her heart, though changed, was still hers. Yes, Maya said. Right now, I am happy. Lena smiled. Hana pretended not to, but the corner of her mouth betrayed her. Later, after the girls slept, Maya returned to the dining table where Hyun-woo had once stood with his travel bag. The table was clear now. No petition, no school forms, no evidence folder. Just a cup of tea and the quiet. Her phone buzzed with a notification from the parenting app. Hyun-woo had uploaded Hana's debate confirmation. No extra message. No emotional footnote. No attempt to reopen a door. Maya approved the schedule. Then she opened a blank document for the next Hanbit table board meeting and began making notes. Outside, rain touched the windows. Inside, the house did not wait for anyone. It simply held the people who had stayed.